For New South Wales, lots of changes. For Queensland, a couple of key ones. Obviously, there was the race, which I think in the end everyone expected to see Tommy Dearden win for that number 6 Cameron Munster jersey. And in the end, it was Tom Dearden who got it ahead of Ezra Mam, who remains in the squad. The other key change for Queensland, no David Fifita. Jermaine Hopgood finds himself in the squad and on the bench to play for the Maroons. Any big surprises here? Cobbo comes on via the interchange
really.
as well, Gal?
It's a pretty good side, isn't it? I mean, for me, I would have had Cobbo probably in front of Murray Tulangi, and I probably would have had David Fifita in the side. Jaden Stewart's been pretty good this year. Probably would have had him in the 17, but I probably would have had David Fifita in there too. But Queensland isn't really our concern, as you know, but I still think that's a pretty good side.
I've got to give Billy Slater some credit here because there is a stat emerging in the NRL because we're losing more and more players during games with HIAs and different things and injuries and all that. Teams that don't have coverage for outside backs on the bench, right? If an outside back goes down in the first half and you haven't got coverage, I think they're winning about 16% of their games, all right? When you lose one, you're losing about 84% of your games if you don't have that coverage. Now, it's a big gamble to put an outside back on your bench, all right? Particularly in an origin, but the stats are backing it up. And I heard him at the press conference today say that in 4 of the last 5 origins, an outside back has gone down. It happened in New South Wales last year in game 2.
Did it ever?
Which went down. We ended up with, Damien Cook in the centres. So
well, you think about these days, guys. You think about the outside backs, how much work they do coming out of the trouble.
Yeah.
The chance of them getting a HIA is probably elevated.
So what?
I don't know what the stat is, but it probably would be elevated. So, look, knowing Billy's luck, it'll probably come off and someone will get out in the first 3 minutes to look like a genius.
HIAs,
that's right.
Anything can happen in those circumstances. And it's one of the things I don't know whether the Blues have got covered. Where do the Blues get coverage? It's probably going to be a Crichton or a Hudson Young playing in the centres.
Yeah, which I think Crichton...
Which is not a specialist.
Well, I think he could do it. I've got no doubt he could do it. And look, it's probably just that position, that last forward on the bench that might get 15 or 20 minutes a game. Like Cobbo might get that. Or if someone goes on the field because of a HIA and injury, then you'll get more time. But
the other part of that is if a half goes down for New South Wales, it's my understanding that Cameron McGuinness will play 7.
Yeah, well, right.
That's their coverage for halves.
Yeah, because looking at that squad, you do wonder how that was going to unfold.
Well, I think they were planning on picking Connor Watson as well before he got injured as well.
Connor Watson was a certainty. He was a certainty.
On the bench?
On the bench to be picked. He was an absolute certainty to be picked, all right, because he covered all those positions. And then they've come to the conclusion that Cameron McGuinness... Was there a game with the Sharks a couple of weeks ago where he played
first against Melbourne Storm down in Melbourne, he played in the halves. Yeah.
He played in the halves, and so they thought, well, he could do both. I'm surprised McGuinness is starting over the top of Yeo, but that's the way they've chosen to go. But if anything happened in the halves, Cameron McGuinness is going to be the half. And if an outside back goes down, we're going to have a back rower playing in the outside back.